Take a look. Take a look at this. Wow. All right, guys, I'm cutting straight to the chase. How do you get rust off big parts? This green muriatic acid is basically a dilution of the 37% muriatic acid. So we're gonna take this and I'm gonna stick this in here. And basically the video is about how to clean big parts. I've been struggling with this. I got big parts that I want to put in here, like these A-arms and stuff like that. So we're gonna make a video of that next. Hello there. Hey.
How's your frame coming?
It's good. I'm making a YouTube video about putting big parts in acids. So
Really?
I just made acid right now, so let's see what happens.
You have your filmographer?
Yeah, my filmographer is ready. And let's see. Oh, I thought thered be more action. I thought there would be more action in it than this, guys. So we'll come back to this in a couple hours and see if one of these side walls is completely rust free in a little while. It's probably been 5 or 6 minutes since I stopped the video, and I thought this wasn't working because I expect the water to change color. But let's do this again. This thing's massive. It's one thing about putting it on this side. Okay, guys, come around here. You can see all this. It's only 5 minutes in, and you can see that it's working, guys. I put my hand in this muriatic acid. Disclaimer, don't do this with muriatic acid in your water. I have a garden hose over there, so I periodically spray my hand off. It's probably going to be dry and cracked later, and that's okay. So the muriatic acid bath is working. It is getting my part. So now it's just a matter of either two things: either having more patience or going to the store and getting more muriatic acid. I'm starting to smell it a little bit. As it dries off this face, it evaporates and then you can smell it. But it's the same as stomach acid, so probably gonna be okay. All right, everyone, I've been out here for a good 35 minutes. You can see the project speaks for itself. I diluted that muriatic acid pretty good, and it's already a dilution of a dilution. So in a few minutes, this is what we got. Look how big that is and how much rust just got shredded right off there. So what I think I want to do is go to Home Depot and get full strength muriatic acid, pour it into my dilution, and see if I can just get all the edges done in a few short minutes before the sun sets. All right, guys, I got back from Home Depot. I got some hardcore muriatic acid. There's actually a couple grades of this, and they're like $1 or $2 difference, but that's 31.45%. Unlike the green stuff, which kind of hard to know. It's hardcore. Like, I poured some of this without a mask and goggles, and immediately my eyes started burning. I was wearing this. I can already feel a change in the breathing. And it's pretty typical when I use any chemical, acetone or whatever. But I don't smell anything. My wife says she smells like a puke smell, which is common of hydrochloric acid, because that's what your puke is. Let's take a look. I'll show you why I got this. And this is meant to be educational. Like, I would not typically, if I wasn't shooting YouTube, put my hands in the liquid and stuff. It's kind of just showing you guys. I think I'll be fine. I've dealt with way harsher stuff. I'm going to show you what happens when I throw some of this on the side. This is flash rust from it re-rusting. It's okay. It's funny how it doesn't remove the marks. The paint and everything's okay. I'm gonna let you get off here. I'm gonna finish this up, and then we're gonna do a post-mortem of the project, see if it was a success or not. We only got a little bit of daylight left. Anyways, left the box out overnight. Decided to lay it down. The outside comes off quicker. The parts of the steel that face down lose their rust faster than the parts that face up. Take a look at that camera, the ghetto bird. I guess we're looking for a criminal right now while I'm shooting this video. Oh, so let's go over here to that. Aim at that rust, that pile of rust right there. So you got the hose right, you got the rust right there. That's what happens. So we got this one last section right here. Go look at this rusty spot. See all that? It's still full of rust. It's the last part. Come take a look. Watch what happens when I blast this. That's just a little bit there, but when it's been soaking. The other thing I noticed is you're supposed to neutralize the effects by spraying it with water or like a alkaline water. I found by doing that, I increase the flash rust. If I just let it dry naturally, it doesn't really rust. So you can see the difference between a place that's been applied with an alkaline water and this area right here that is just let to air dry. Massive difference. I'm gonna do this last part. I'm gonna share my final thoughts. I had to relocate to the backyard. There's too much going on in the front yard. But this is day 3 of this stupid project. I say stupid because everything that could go wrong went wrong. But we made a breakthrough, and the breakthrough is that using phosphoric acid can actually stop the effect of flash rust. So I put some phosphoric acid that I get at my hydroponic store, and if you know, I have some hydroponic videos on here. This acid, phosphoric acid, to stop flash rust, but it doesn't do the greatest job at the thick rust like the muriatic acid. So, see in real time while I'm talking as it turns back into usable metal. I almost want to wrap the video up because I made breakthroughs while there's a lot of trial and error that went on between these takes, and this is a big deal to me. Basically, you can use muriatic acid as your rust cleaner, and then while you're in the middle of your project, as you take, because remember this video is about taking rust off big parts, you spray the part that you remove from the acid with phosphoric acid to keep it from re-rusting. Or if you already have flash rust, you can apply it to stop the flash rust or reverse the flash rust that you get. But I'm going to do another run of the muriatic acid with this new information, and hopefully at the end I'll have a slideshow of a completely square box, cleaned, completely silver box, and then I want to make a second video how I'm doing this because there's a lot of breakthroughs that have been uncovered. Let's move on. Alright guys, have I got a surprise for you? You see it right there? Dude. Alright guys, take a look at this. Wow. There's the bath. We'll discuss what's going to happen with that in a minute. This is a complex thing to de-rust. Now, where you see rust is areas where either I didn't soak it in the bath, didn't knock it out with a hose. Basically what I did was I got the rust weakened, and then I took it out, shot it with the garden hose, and then hurried up and sprayed my pH down, which is basically just phosphoric acid. And the phosphoric acid eats rust. It's a competitor to the muriatic acid. A lot of people prefer phosphoric acid, but it does not clean metal this good. So you can see where there's flash rust. And as soon as I bump that with the phosphoric acid, it's going to go away. I've already tested this out a few times now. There's some darkening on the metal right here. I don't know what causes that. but it doesn't do it everywhere. So I'm thinking maybe there's some water or something else that was on there on this location. But overall, you can't deny the results, guys. This was an epic project. Areas that are exposed to sunlight dry way faster, obviously, but they also they have a more even look. It might even be worth it to rotate this. So here's a rub. This video's getting long. I use the bath. If you need a bigger pool, they sell bigger pools. If you need something more rigid, look for ebb and flow flood tables in hydroponics. They go all the way to 4 by 8 feet. Be sure the plastic that you get or the concentration that you're using won't eat the plastic, but take a look for yourself, man. I mean, I could see people putting parts of a mountain bike in here, or whatever project you normally couldn't dunk, you can dunk in sides. Let's talk about that. So I'd put one side underneath, the other 3 would be exposed. I'd spray down the sides with phosphoric acid while the one side derust, and I just kept rotating it till all 4 sides were coated. Pull it out, blow it off with a hose, seal it with the phosphoric acid, and you got this result. Phosphoric acid is a pH adjuster, so I don't anticipating destroying my grass. The water here is very high alkaline, so every time I turn on the sprinkler, it's going to get a blast of high pH water. I think San Diego, I think we're at 8 or 9. It's not a big deal. And like I said, this is I'm just gonna let it evaporate. From what I understand, the hydrochloric acid will eventually dissolve out of the water before the water fully evaporates. So every day this is out here, it's getting weaker. There's a lot of people saying misconceptions about how to get rid of muriatic acid. This stuff, if you could spread it out thinly, it evaporates. It leaves nothing behind. I mean, it's gone. The little rust will be behind. And if you throw baking soda, whatever it dissolves into, which what I understand is table salt, will be left behind. But it goes up into the atmosphere and it's over with. So it doesn't make sense to tell people to put tons, and you have to put a lot of baking soda in this to neutralize it. It doesn't make sense to tell people to do that and then tell them you neutralize it so you can dump it out. And then you're dumping it out and you're dumping out the salts and byproducts when you can let it evaporate, or just dump it out as it is. Let it evaporate in the same day. If I was okay with killing my grass, I would dump this out right now, because it'll evaporate and leave nothing behind. It'll probably change some of the dirt or something, you know, whatever's left, but you just keep hitting it with water, and I think that would be fine. Don't quote me on that, but you know, that's why I make this video, so we can have people discussing what to do with the muriatic acid leftovers. And that's it, guys. I hope this video was helpful. I plan to do a follow-up for my go-kart parts, but this thing's 25 by 25 inches squared. Think about how big that is. And it's awkward. It's an awkward shape to dissolve, to derust. And I did it. Not a lot of money. You might ask, why didn't I grind it? I hate grinding. I hate grinding for long periods of time. So that's it. I'll see you on the next one. If you like this, hit the subscribe button and take care. Bye-bye.